Hi everybody, it's Robin. I am a graduate nurse. I passed med-surg 5, and so my next thing to do is take the NCLEX. For those of you who don't know, who might be my crafting friends, that is to get my license to become an actual RN. So right now I am a graduate nurse, and next step is RN. So just waiting on the schools to, my school, to get the grades in, set the transcript. Our director takes it over to the Board of Nursing, and then I can prepare to get a date to take my test. So I'm very excited. I did really well. I came out of med-surg 5 with a B and worked very hard for it, and I picked up so much that I missed the first time, or I got stronger in areas that I was so in before. So I'm very thankful and blessed to be where I'm at. My final, I got an 87 on my final, and for those of you who are thinking that's a horrible grade, in nursing school you're doing cartwheels. If you just want to pass, you know, you just want to pass, but that was a phenomenal grade for med-surg 5 for me, and yeah, I'm just very excited. So I did some things different. What did I do? I went back to patho. I went back to patho, back to patho, back to patho. I pulled out my anatomy and physiology book. I would see what system we were going to go over. So let's say we only had 4 exams. In my last med-surg 5, she split it up into 6 exams. So this time we only had 4. So they were pretty intense, but I was ready. I just had to buckle down and just focus. Our first one was respiratory. Our second one was over renal, fluid and electrolytes, ABGs, shock, burns. There was something else. There was some liver in there too, I think. Anyway, so like for that one, I went back to my A&P book. I pulled out, it was liver. Yeah, we had some acute problems with the liver. So I went back to my A&P book and I read up all about the kidneys just from the beginning. I read up all about the liver from the beginning. I read up about ABGs, so I read up on, you know, bicarb and carbon dioxide and pH balances, what it means to your body, different fluids. I got better with my IV fluids, you know, what you give when, what's hypertonic, hypotonic, isotonic, especially with burn victims, you know, or people in different shocks, what types do you want to use, what types do you stay away from, especially in neuro, because that was our next exam was neuro. That was my best exam, believe it or not. Neuro and spinal cord injuries, and then our last one was trauma and respiratory. So I think as we go up in our nursing, you know, you learn the A&P and you get it, but you don't really. Even though I got a 4.0 in A&P 1 and 2 and micro and all that stuff, I got to be in chemistry, but you're reading your stuff and it just doesn't click until like you get into nursing school and you've been in nursing school for at least a semester or 2. I would say at least 2. Please go back to your anatomy and physiology, the patho of everything. Everything touches everything. Every system touches every system. And it's almost like what came first, the chicken or the egg, because it all just does make one full circle. And what I think goes wrong with some of us is that okay, we learn the basic systems and then we start learning about chronic issues, acute issues, critical care issues, all these things that I think sometimes we pay so much attention to those details we forget about the foundation and the basics. What are the functions of the liver? What's it supposed to do for your body? It does a lot for your body, and so do the kidneys. So just going back and knowing what their jobs are helps out so much with the disease processes or the acute traumas or things like that. So things you want to be looking out for, you know, if your liver goes bad, what are some things you're going to be looking for? So I did that, and it helped so much. So what I did was I knew what system we were going to be going into, so I read up on the anatomy and physiology of that. I went to class. I did not take notes. I had my recorder and I just listened. I listened. I had skimmed over the PowerPoints prior to class, but I just wanted to listen and focus and pay attention. And if there was a time I did write something down really quick, I did notice that I couldn't quite remember everything she just said while I was writing. So even though you think you can still hear and listen, your brain is focusing on what you're writing down. You're missing something. And I know that's probably an area where I went wrong before. I also had tutoring once a week. So once I read through the patho, once I went through the PowerPoints, you know, in class and with lecture, I wrote down areas that I still felt kind of on, or I wanted to make sure I got it right in my head. So I would write those areas down, and that was my focus. I tried to make it my weakest areas. That was my focus with my one-on-one tutoring once a week. And that helped a lot. Tremendous. I'm talking with my hands a lot. I'm sorry. I'm just so passionate about it. It was a tremendous help. So therefore, I went back again, and because we had an exam every Monday, so then I would go back again with the one-on-one help I had. I have read the patho, read areas in my book. I would listen to lecture again, one more time. Sometimes I had to fast forward and just mainly to the parts that I was, because it's a lot. That's a lot of listening again, but I did it and it just sunk in and it was making sense. Case studies, I can't tell you how much those help. Knowing your labs, you have to know your lab values. You have to know your, you know, your different ranges, because a lot of the questions are given. They just give you what the patient's sodium is or their potassium. What does that mean? You know, when you're reading an EKG, does it matter if their potassium's high or low? Absolutely, dysrhythmias. So you need to, med-surg 5 is where it all comes together, so you can really hone in on how they all go together and fit. But I feel so much stronger. I would take the NCLEX tomorrow. I really would. I would just do it. And it is what it is. So anyway, the classmates, the class that I came into, they were very welcoming and very nice. Of course, it was very strange being without my classmates that I, you know, had been with for the last 2 years, but these guys were wonderful. I made some friends and it was great. I cooked for them once. So, yeah, you know, we went to lunch after our final, and it was just good. So my pinning is May 14th, and then my graduation from the college is the following Tuesday, May 18th, which happens to be my birthday, so that'll be quite the celebration. But I just wanted to let you guys know how I was doing and my update. And you know, stumbling is hard, but you just have to pick yourself up, brush yourself off. And it is hard to walk into school and, you know, people that have been under you, you know, class-wise, you know, they started after you, they're looking at you like, I thought you were done. And you have to come in and just hold your head up high and just hit it again. Just hit it again. But you have to let the negativity go, because that will hinder your learning. Being negative, being self-doubtful. I changed my whole attitude. I did not let myself get into that downward spiral of panic. If I didn't do my very first exam, the cardiac exam, last time it was split between 2 exams. This time everything was on one, and our tests were timed. And that was my worst grade. However, it was at almost 20 points higher than the first time I took it. So I was not upset with that. And then the mistakes I did make were silly ones. By skipping over a word, I would see a term, but I didn't pay attention to the word in front of it or after it, like before or after, or increase or decrease, because it would be flipped. So I just saw that. I'm like, yep, that's it. So just really learning how to take the test, paying attention to keywords, read every single word in the question and every single word in the answer. If it's a select all that apply, ask yourself, okay, what are they asking me? What's the question? Because they'll give you a lot of information that you probably don't need half of it. So the stem, the end of the question, tells you what they want. And then pay attention after that, because it'll say what should the nurse's next priority be, first priority, what's immediate, what's safety, what's whatever. Pay attention to that key word, and then go cover up all the other ones. Read the top one. Does this one answer my question? Does this one go with what it's asking me? Yes? Okay, circle it. Next one. Nope. Check it off. Next one. But with each one, go back and read that again. Go back and say, don't think you can keep it in your head. Go back with each one and say, what's it asking? Is this, keep in mind words like monitoring, or what would the nurse implement? Monitoring isn't implementing something. Implementing is you're doing something. Okay, so if it's hard for you to take tests, which it is for me, that really helped. It helped a lot, and I just got better each exam. And yeah, so, well, my last one, neuro, and then the sick, the renal, liver, all of that, those were my best 2 exams, followed by respiratory, followed by cardiac, which cracks me up because I love the heart. Absolutely love the heart. I find it very fascinating. But like I said, taking the test and paying attention to key things, I missed a lot. So, but every exam she did give us cardiac strips, she gave us meds, she gave us a scenario, maybe telling us what the QRS and all that was. We didn't see the strip itself. We had to know what each thing meant, how many blocks wide and all that, and then what would you anticipate for this patient needing? What medication would you anticipate the doctor administering or whatever? So, whoo, we had cardiac and meds and labs on every single exam. Every single one. So by the end, I was knocking it out. I was crying at first, but at the end I was like, I've got it, I'm all over it. So if that helps anybody, I hope that helps you guys, but I'm doing okay. The last couple of days I have done absolutely nothing, which is lovely and really weird because I'm so used to like, if I give myself a break from reading, I'll give myself a break anywhere from 15 to 30 minutes, depending on how long I was reading. You should really do that at 10 minutes every hour. But I still find myself going, I need to get back to work. I need to get back to work. I don't. Besides getting ready for the NCLEX, it's just drilled in my head. I do NCLEX style questions on my phone in the mornings, or, you know, whenever I'm on my phone. I subscribe to them on Facebook, so they're always coming up, and I may not answer, but I follow them. And things like that. So I'm keeping fresh with all of that. I'll let you know how the NCLEX goes. I am nervous about it. Most of my classmates that just took it, they said actually that, and I don't want to, maybe I shouldn't say this. It's all about how to take the test, not necessarily what's on the test, because some things they said we've never seen before. I don't know. And they're all smart cookies, but it's all how to take the test. So read strategies for NCLEX style questions, pay attention to those, and yeah, just keep on keeping on. So I made my notes, I made my new notes, so I'm still reviewing all of that I did for med-surg 5. I'm still staying fresh with that, all of my lab values, which they're ingrained in my brain now, but you know, I'm just going to keep fresh with that. I want to take my NCLEX as soon as I can, and I would like to say, and I'm very proud of, every classmate of mine that graduated in December that has taken their NCLEX has passed. There's only one person that hasn't taken it yet, but it's 100% pass rate. So, go my school. You know, it's a rigorous course, but they get you ready. Many of them are already working, and so I'm so very proud of them, and I can't wait for my turn. So I will keep you posted on that. So, comment, rate, and subscribe. Thank you so much for your love and support. Your kindness just overwhelms me. And if you have any questions, let me know. I'm finding some really great people on new nurses, all types. You know, I didn't really have a lot of time to go back through. Now I'm on the YouTube doing all kinds of things. I'm reading up on interviewing and how to dress and what to, you know, possible questions, things like that. So I'm still doing a little bit of homework. It's just different types of homework. But I'll keep you informed of what I'm doing. Again, thank you so much for your love. You're amazing. So, I'll talk to you later. Have a good day. Bye.